Hey guys, what is up? DaBoki here once again, and today I'm going to be doing a training guide for level 120 and onward. I know probably the best place out right now is the LHC castle, but as we all know, training at the same spot over and over again just feels like a grind and doesn't really feel fun anymore. So I decided to make a little alternative training guide other than the LHC castle, just in case if you guys wanted to get out there and just hit different types of monsters instead of the same one over and over again. And this is actually what I used before LHC came out, so it was pretty great. The drops are really good, so if you guys are running low on mesos, this is also a really great way to make some quick, easy, fast mesos while you are training and gaining some levels. So now we will start at level 120. Alright, so at level 120 to about 130, which is probably not a good idea, you shouldn't probably stay here that long, but I was at dgps until about 130 or so. I just really enjoyed the spawn and the drops that it gave, and I could just really move around the map great, and knowing wild hunters, we can just move around the map very easily, so I thought this was a really great place to train, about 120 and so. And the drops that these DGPs give are really good ones also. They drop a lot of earrings, different types of equipments, and a lot of scrolls. I got a lot of equipment equipment enhanced scrolls and potential scrolls, as well as shield for luck and some other scrolls I forget. But this place is a really great money maker area, and you can train to gain some quick levels as well, from about level 120 to I'd say 125. And the reason also I stayed here so long is because Pap was in this area. Now if you guys aren't doing so already, and if you're about 120 to 130, you should definitely be soloing Pap twice a day, because about 120 to 130 I got 15% per each Pap run, so that is 30% a day. That's 30% easy a day for just doing Pap twice a day. So I thought that was pretty easy, pretty efficient, and why not take advantage of some easy EX. Alright guys, like I said, at level 120 to about 130, you guys are going to be wanting to solo Pap at least twice a day. Now if you guys don't know that piece of crack trick where you can hold two pieces of crack at the same time, I'm pretty sure most of you guys know it, but just in case, you put it into your storage, one piece, and then you can stack them through your storage. So that's really a great way, and then you can take out however many you need that day for storage. So if you find some cheap ones in the FM, definitely stock up and just put it in your storage, and then you can stack multiple ones. And it's a little glitch, and it's really nice and helpful. So yeah, I was soloing Pap at about level 121 pretty efficiently. Well, I wouldn't say pretty efficiently, but it was well enough to the point where I was gaining enough EXP from myself to be satisfied. So, and just to give you guys a heads up, my attack range was about under 10,000 at the time, so it was like about 8,000, 9,000, so I wasn't really that funded, but I was still able to solo Pap. So don't worry if your guys' attack range isn't, you know, up in like 50,000 or something at level 120, because under 10,000 you guys should be definitely fine at soloing Pap and gaining that enough EXP for it to be a good time and EXP ratio in order for it to be beneficial for you to be even papping. So as you can see, just Pap twice a day, easy EXP. Just since you're in Ludi, you should be in Ludi from about 120 to 130ish, and unless you're LHCing. This is just all alternative training spots. Alright guys, so at level 127 or 125 I should say, you guys can come over to Werewolves, and the white one's called Lichens, I guess. What are they called? Oh, Lycanthropes. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but anyway, these guys are pretty great. Also another great thing about this place is it's really close to LHC, so you can just come back and forth to both of these training maps, so you can just really access both of these easily. I trained here from about 125 to 130ish, also because I switched off from the DGPs because I really liked it. They spawn double the monsters if you make them upset a little bit. Let's see if they'll do it. Yeah, they'll call they usually do it. Okay, yeah, see, they call the regular werewolves as well, so you can get double the monsters sometimes. So what I like to do is I'll just spawn a trap right down here to aggravate the monsters at the bottom, come up and just do my thing on the top, and then hopefully the ideal thing is at the bottom at your trap is you can have all the werewolves crowded around it attacking it, as well as maybe some brown ones that spawned, so you can have even a bigger spawn down there. So you can see there's just a couple. My trap's kind of powerful at the moment, so it's killing them, but at your level it should be really efficient and work well. You can get a nice mob down here waiting for you. So there is an alternative spot other than the werewolves to train at, and it is here with these lovely blue dragon turtles. And like I said before, training is much easier if you can always switch up the different places that you train at, the different types of monsters you hit, so you're not always seeing the same thing over and over again. I guess it just all depends on what type of person you are. But how I like to train here is I'll push them with my little roar, and then I will either slash and dash through them or ricochet. So it depends. So I would like to go through the whole map just doing this until they're all in a nice pile at the end, which right now I'm just killing them, but usually at your level you will have a very nice pile right here at the end, and then you can just mob them all, and that's a really great way to get some great EXP as well. And then you just make a clockwise or counterclockwise around the map, and it is a really great alternative spot as well. Now if you guys are running really low on mesos and want to try to get lucky, I have heard that these red ones, they actually drop MW20, so you can make a pretty good load of money there. And this is also a pretty great training spot. I've seen a lot of people train here. I've never trained here myself, but it seems pretty well. Self-explanatory. Just keep making that clockwise rotation or counterclockwise, whatever you like the best, and you should be able to just, oh, it's actually a pretty nice spawn here. I never actually hit here before, but it seems pretty nice, consistent, not too far apart, and yeah, I actually think this is a pretty good spot. So you guys can try out here as well when you are about level 125 or so. These monsters are level 128, so if you're 125, that'd be about 15% hit and miss ratio, or miss ratio, I mean. And yeah, so I think that would be perfect at level 125 as well, just in case if you got tired of werewolves. At about level 130, I was at these green Corions here. They're level 136, I believe. Let me see. Yes, 136. So that was a 30% miss ratio for me at level 130, and it was pretty difficult, but for some reason I really enjoyed it. And if it's a little bit too hard to kill these things at the level of 130, then definitely just wait a little bit. But here I like to spawn a trap about top of this skull area, and as you can see, it'll hit the monsters at the bottom, so it'll create a really nice mob at the bottom for you. And while you just go up and clear these platforms up here, and then you can go to the bottom, and there should be a really great mob just waiting for you. And that's just what I've found successful, is always having the wild trap help you gather up the mob while you go take care of the other maps, so that you can come down here, and as you can see, the wild trap does not get hit because it is up top of the map, so that's great. It'll last even longer, and it can just attract all these monsters down here for you to come and swipe through. So this is a really great place to train. I would say about 130, and however long you feel like it's efficient for you. I forget when I stopped, but I moved on to dark Corions, which I'll show you now. Actually, guys, I did not move on to dark Corions. I'm sorry, that is a lie. But I did see a lot of Evans. They can train there pretty efficiently. What I did after I got a couple levels on that top map up there with the green Corions, I actually jumped down here to this map, and I trained on this map because I really enjoyed the way this map was structured. Again, just following that path rotation of going back and forth. And here there is another spot where you can put your wild trap, which I would always love to do. Put my trap there so they can attract the monsters without getting hit. And you want to go in a counterclockwise rotation. I think that's how it is. Just this rotation on this map. I have gotten quite a few skill books here. I believe a Battleship 20, the one with the pirate uses, and a lot of different types of drops, of course, the various types of drops. So this is a really great place to train. I was here until LHC came out, so about 1:45 or so. I don't know why I stay at these monsters so long, but yeah, so you guys of course don't have to stay here that long, but this is what I found was pretty efficient. And another alternative spot than this that I'm not going to show in this video, but of course it's very popular and was very popular for all the high levels out there, it was all the memory lanes. And the memory lanes, of course, great money makers. All the pots, pieces of time that drops there, as well as the equips and the scrolls and the skill books that drop there. And plus you can do the quests to get towards the pink bean, and it was really fun to do with the party, just to hunt 999 monsters, I guess. And yeah, that's a really great way to make some levels. So I hope this was a decent training alternative guide for you guys instead of LHC. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'm sorry if it wasn't that helpful, but again, trick is just to change up the scenery, not to stay in the same spot too long, because you might get tired of it, unless you're training, of course, with different people, and that always helps out. Well, guys, subscribe, comment, rate, and I'll be catching you guys later. Thanks again.